If you times that by 2, then that's going to equal 2%. That would equal 95% of the time it's going to expire. Well, this is 2 sigma, percentage-wise. This is very, very rare. You're going to get any type of premium in this area if you're going by the VIX rule of 16. So here at Dorian Trader, we like to tell members that if you go by the expected move, which most option traders, and you can go by this because it's just uniformly considered this, and most of the time it's going to work like this anyway, is that the expected move is the one standard deviation or the one sigma. But technically, it's not. It's a little less than that. You're trying to get a very robust picture of what's going on so you can place your trade with the best possible outcome for you as possible. Can't stress that more. Do not only go by delta. Do not only go by the expected move. So here at Dorian Trader, we have 3 pillars that we consider the base of options. And we try to go over one of these pillars every week. So you can really kind of drill it home because we believe these 3 pillars are the foundation. And if you don't have a solid foundation, you're going to eventually crumble. Something's going to eventually happen that could have been avoided because you didn't know the basics of options well enough. And so the first pillar is understanding the call and the put and what's happening. You buy and sell calls and puts and your rights and obligations. The second pillar is what we're going to be talking about today, and that's the options chain. It's super important to understand the option chain because that's where you literally buy calls and puts and understand at the money, in the money, out of the money, and your probabilities. And then the third pillar is understanding basic option strategies because all the strategies that are out there, all the exotic ones, are just deviations from the basic strategies. So if you understand the basics, you'll understand all the different strategies that are created out there. Now, going back to this second pillar, the option chain, what I want to focus on today is understanding your chances of winning when you're looking at an option chain, your probabilities, understanding your probabilistic edge when you are looking at an options chain. So it all starts with the at the money line. And this is going to be moving around because this is live right now, right? The at the money line, the ATM, is where the stock is currently trading. So the SPY is trading around 680, just over that. So this is the at the money line. And so if you were buying the shares right now, statistically, you'll have a 50-50 shot if it's going to go up or go down when you're buying the shares. If you're doing something like the SPY over time, that's going to be higher than 50-50. It's going to drift up because it's the S&P 500. But any individual day or any individual time period, it's a 50-50 shot if it's going to go up or go down. So you want to understand that. If you are day trading the traditional way, like buying shares or selling shares, then you got a 50-50 shot. The only way you can change those odds, those true statistical odds of something going up or down, is using options. Options give you that ability to set your probability of success if you are the option seller. If you're the option buyer, let's say you're buying a call or you're buying a put, a single call or a single put, you're going to have most likely less than a 50-50 shot of making money at expiration. And I'm going to use that term expiration because that is what option probabilities are based on. Literally the time of expiration, not a second before and not a second after. So when you hear people talk about implied volatility, when you hear people talk about expected moves, when you hear people talk about 1 standard deviations and 2 standard deviations and 1 sigma and 2 sigma, which is basically the same thing, it's all talking about probabilities that are set around expiration, that's set at the time of expiration, I should say. Before we continue with the video, I just want to quickly point out, if you need any additional help, please consider joining our trading club. You can do that by clicking on the link in the description area, and you'll get a 3-month trial for a flat fee of $60. We look forward to seeing you in the trading club. Back to the video. And so one of the things that I don't point out well enough, or I haven't pointed out in my opinion often enough in the past, is this VIX rule of 16. Now, this VIX rule of 16, let's just say the VIX was 16 right now. It's 19, almost 20, 1983, almost 20 right now. But let's say it was 16. So you take that number 16 and you divide it by 16. That's going to equal 1%. What that is saying is that the 1-day expected percentage move is 1%. This is the 1 sigma or 1 standard deviation move percentage-wise the market is anticipating. Percentage-wise, you guys. So that means 68% of the time it's going to expire within this 1%. If you times that by 2, then that's going to equal 2%. Well, that would equal 95% of the time it's going to expire. Well, this is 2 sigma, percentage-wise. This is very, very rare you're going to get any type of premium in this area if you're going by the rule, the VIX rule of 16. So here at Dorian Trader, we like to tell members that if you go by the expected move, which most option traders, and you can go by this because it's just uniformly considered this, and most of the time it's going to work like this anyway, is that the expected move is the 1 standard deviation or the 1 sigma. But technically, it's not. It's a little less than that. But it's so consistent that most, if not all, option traders use the expected move as their 1 standard deviation, and 2 times the expected move is 2 standard deviations. So you'll hear me say here at Dorian Trader, if you do 2 times the expected move, like the straddle price, 2 times that expected move, it's basically going to be at or a little more than the VIX rule of 16 percentage move. So you'll actually be closer to 1.5 sigma. Okay, you'll actually be closer to that. I want you to understand that if you're trying to be super conservative, you want to look at all these type of gauges. You want to look at the expected move from the platform that's giving you. This is this on Tasty Trade. You want to look at the straddle price that we build. You want to look at the VIX rule of 16. And obviously you want to look at the delta. And then you consider how much premium you're receiving. And then you consider what's happened today, what's happened yesterday, what's happened in the last week, what news that's happening that is not on the economic calendar. You're factoring all these different scenarios so you can get a right picture, the correct picture of what's going on, so you can not be fooled by deltas. You cannot be fooled by probabilities. You cannot be fooled by randomness. You're trying to get a very robust picture of what's going on so you can place your trade with the best possible outcome for you as possible. Can't stress that more. Do not only go by delta. Do not only go by the expected move. Do not only go by the VIX rule of 16. You have to have a market awareness. And because all of that can fail if you're not aware that something like Liberation Day is coming out the next day. Understand what's happening when you're trading options using the options chain. Pillar 2.